One of the things that is core to my worldview is a belief in understanding and the power of organizations. I think what's difficult about being a leftist, we know how to solve the problems. None of the problems that we are facing as a society are difficult. They aren't. Housing people is not difficult. Transportation is not difficult. Even transitioning to a green energy economy is not difficult. Educating children is not difficult. Providing healthcare is not difficult. And what I mean by that is not that the actual doing it isn't hard work. Of course it is. It's we are making political decisions to not care for each other. We are making political decisions to do an empire. We are doing political decisions to attack the Venezuelans, to attack Chinese people, to attack Gazans. None of that is necessary. And one of the things that is so frustrating is that this is the wealthiest nation on the planet, and we pay more and we get less because there's so many goddamn corporate grifters. Every single health insurance company is another bureaucracy standing between you and healthcare. Imagine somebody came out to you and they said, my solution for healthcare is to create 10 duplicate bureaucracies for health insurance. We're going to make 10 more Medicares. They're not going to do anything different. They're all going to do the same thing, but we're going to have 10 separate Medicares. That's private health insurance. It's bureaucracies competing with bureaucracy. I'm sorry, chat, but that's fucking stupid. All that health insurance is supposed to be a health care financing program, which is you take money from healthy people and you use it to pay for sick people. That's what health insurance is. But instead of doing that with the government, where we put everybody's money into a big pile and we care for all the sick people in the country with no exceptions, give them the best possible care that medical science demands, what is medically necessary, which we could easily do as a rich country, we decide to have 50 different bureaucracies. And that's why we spend more money and get worse outcomes. We don't take advantage of economies of scale. We let companies cherry pick healthy people and put sick people on public programs. It is a complete waste. That's what we do with this country. The military. You're telling me we need $1 trillion military to fight who? There's no threat. There's no threat to this country. China can't even dominate the South China Sea. What are you talking about? There's no threat. The Europeans are our simpering peasant allies. Who the fuck are we fighting? There's no one to fight. Our military could be a quarter of the size it is right now. A quarter. And every American would be completely assured of safety from foreign domination. It is nonsensical waste. That's $7.5 trillion over 10 years. You know how much free college for all costs? $70 billion more. That's all it would take to eliminate tuition. For every public university would only be $70 billion a year. That's 10% of what we could cut from the military. We spend so much money on police because we have so many people in poverty, and poverty begets crime. Despair begets crime. When you don't have a place in society, when you don't have a future, when you don't have any ambition, that's what creates crime. Desperation, poverty, disrespect, humiliation, no hope. That's why we have so much crime and violence in this fucking country. United States of America is completely safe from military domination. The NATO is spending $1.5 trillion a year compared to China's $235 billion. We have to spend 7 times as much, 8 times as much money. What's gonna happen? Saudi Arabia, our ally. Ukraine, our ally. Israel, our ally. Australia, our ally. Japan, our ally. South Korea, our ally. What the fuck are we doing here? People pretend like America's a poor country because they don't want to believe they've been had. You've been fucking had. How do I argue with rich people who say they would rather pay for private health care so they could get the help they need promptly instead of having more of a wait like they have in Canada or the UK? I've had this argument with someone and I don't know how to respond. They spend 1/3 as much money in the UK on healthcare than we do per person. And rich people could always pay for jumping the line. What are you talking about? Who gives a fuck? Rich people in America don't even live that long. They don't live longer than people in Japan. They don't live longer than people in Switzerland. They don't live longer. So you're paying a lot of extra money to what? Die the same age? Why do they die so much? Because the air in America is polluted. I don't care if you're a billionaire or a poor person on the street. You're breathing our polluted fucking air. It gives you lung cancer and heart disease. Deregulation kills the rich and poor alike. Our food is unsafe. You get cancer. Good luck with your fucking chemotherapy, billionaire. You still got cancer from our poisoned water and air and food. I told him it would be cheaper, but he kept arguing that we don't have enough doctors. You build more medical schools. You take the billions of dollars you would have spent on fucking health insurance, executive CEO pensions and bonuses, and you give it to medical schools so we hire more fucking doctors. We train more doctors. You know, thousands of American medical students leave America because there's not enough med school slots, and they go to like Bermuda so they could get a medical degree and then come back to practice in America because we don't have enough medical schools.